Hi guys, and welcome everyone to Enlightenment TV. In this video I want to show you how I research and what I found about the guy who has apparently invented the World Wide Web. And here is how my search actually started. It was about a week ago, and I was researching stuff about Asgard, and then I came to this site, and it deals with Heimdall's observatory. Here's the Rainbow Bridge to Midgard, and then this ball here reminded me of this one famous statue, and so I was looking for it. Machine ball, golden mysterious sculpture. I didn't find anything in this. Next one, mysterious ball, reptilian eye, golden. I didn't find anything in this either. I found though this crazy stuff, which is the 14 most horrible statues, and the faceless crawling horror babies in Prague. Fucking creepy. And here, that's what I was looking for. This was the same thing like in the other statue that I was actually looking for, because the statue that I'm looking for is exactly this kind of part in it. So I continued my search. Ball conspiracy, golden monument, and going through all this stuff, I finally found a match which is similar to this one. So I clicked on it, and turns out better than scared sphere returns to 9/11 site. So I checked more on this. I guess you will already know what I was looking for. So then I was researching here, the sphere, and talks about 9/11, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. This picture was quite interesting, how it stay in the ruins. I don't know. So here is a missing link. I don't know how I came to the actual statue here, because that's the one I was looking for. Everyone knows this. And like I said, this part was similar to this crawling baby thing, and that's what I was looking for. And the thing is in the Berkeley Library in Dublin. So there we go. So then this article explains this so-called sphere within a sphere, and at the very end it gets really interesting. What does it mean? This poem attempts an answer. Others view it as a statement of the New World Order, with the elite of the UN, Vatican, Israel, whatever that is, etc., etc., enslaving a shattered world. Your mileage may vary, and of course it does spin if you put your back onto it. Basically, they do tell you everything in this little part, and anybody who has any knowledge of anything and does any research knows that they do tell the truth in your face, and just hope that the sheeple won't believe it. Then the next thing I had in my mind was CERN. Whether I pronounce it correctly or not, I don't know. CERN. Pronounce it the German way from here on. So then I had just, for some reason, CERN in my mind. I don't know what and why. And here the 66666 and so on and so on. So then I went to CERN and was looking for stuff, and then I found this. The birth of the web. And look at the guy. I mean, the first thing is his eyes and his mouth. The mouth makes this typical fake smile of a politician and a liar and I don't know what. Like, it just doesn't fit. The eyes have a completely different message than the mouth. This typical, so-called scientist smile. Okay. So here this is the first web page, I think it was. Doesn't even matter. So blah blah blah. And the most important stuff is Tim Berners-Lee, a British scientist, invented the World Wide Web in 1989 while working at CERN. The web was originally conceived and developed to meet the demand for automated information sharing between scientists in universities and institutes around the world. So then of course I started to research this guy. First I had a look at the CERN map, but this didn't yield any results. I didn't find anything except of that it looks kind of interesting. Small circle, big circle, the large hadron collider, however you pronounce that. Not really important, so yeah, so I started looking for this guy. And here you go. Sir Timothy, I think here it says somewhere that the Queen made him a knight, somewhere 2014, something like this, doesn't even matter. Okay, then this was already quite interesting and telling. Here guys, before this CNBC video starts, unfortunately I have to play it without sound because there's some technical errors with the sound when I record my screen. The sound is not clear and really annoying. But what I want you to pay close attention to is just the guy's body language. Unfortunately, as I say, you cannot hear him speaking now because the thing is just he can't even speak properly. You know, he does not speak like a human being, and he also does not behave like a human being by his body language. So yeah, just have a look. Pay attention to his shoulders as well, and his head movement. Do you see this? All the shoulder rolls, just crazy. The next clip we're gonna be having a look at is this TED Talk of him. And here I have the same technical audio issues. I did my best, but you will get the point anyway, so let's have a look.
Responsible. If you know about some data in government department, often you find that these people, they're very tempted to keep it to hands-on horses database hugging. You hug your database, you don't want to let it go until you've made a beautiful website for it. Well, I'd like to suggest that rather before you just make a beautiful website, who might say don't make a beautiful website, make a beautiful website, but first give us the unadulterated data. We want the data. We want unadulterated data. Okay, we have to ask for raw data now, and I'm going to ask you to practice that. Okay, can you say raw? Raw. Can you say data? Just say now. Right. Raw data now. Raw. Practice that. It's important because you have no idea the number of excuses people come up with to hang on to their data and not give it to you, even though you've paid for it as a taxpayer. And it's not just.
So yeah, there you heard it, guys. He's complaining about you not giving him your data. You know, it's your data, but he wants to have it, and he's pissed off that you find excuses for not giving it to him. But obviously, if you look at his crazy face, man, nobody wants to give him his data. So yeah, the next funny thing here is, as we're speaking about data, tada, it's yeah, the thing with updates. What do you think what an update actually is? It's an upload of data. If you think about it, like, why does your phone update every week the same bug fix all the time? Just read through the update. What does your Samsung phone, like in my case I have a Samsung, what does it update all the time? I just stopped doing this, means giving them my data with my consent, but just stopping the updates. And basically you can see it here. Like, why is the guy so pissed off you not giving him the data, you know? Because he needs it, otherwise he cannot control you. And he's pissed off about you not doing this also shows that he actually needs your consent. You know, he cannot steal it. If you do not give it to him, if you do not agree to this update, well, he cannot get the data. The same way, if you stop using, Facebook and whatever, he's not getting the data he needs. Because he talks also in this TED talk about relationships, how important that is, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's important to them, of course. The CIA needs this to figure out who's with whom and how they can destroy this and how can they do this, where's the weak spot of this and where's the weak spot of that. So that's the only way, data, and that's why they're pissed off you're not giving it to them. And by doing so, he obviously shows their true weak spot, which is your consent. That's why he's pissed off about your consent. He's literally pissed off, about people watching through this whole bullshit. And this is really the golden rule of all the videos I'm gonna be making, to highlight exactly this. They cannot steal your power. They can only trick you into this consent thing. And if you do not consent, what they gonna do about it? Nothing. They're just gonna ask you one more time. You're gonna not consent again. They ask you one more time, and then they will not ask you again. They will just go to the next one. And if the next one is a sheep, then they will get his power. He will do this and that slave job and so on and so on. So yeah, guys, that's really the golden rule. Your consent. Never consent to anything you don't know what the consequence is gonna be of, or obviously something is gonna be bullshit. The other thing is his little presentation he has here. About a week ago, before I discovered all the stuff, I was wondering all the time what the code for data actually is. What does data actually mean? And the thing that I came up with was tada. Tada, that's what you say when you perform magic. Tada. So the code here is pretty simple. Just read it backwards. It makes war, tada as magic, and one again, red reverse. So what he's saying, that he wants war magic to win, and yeah. The other obviously crazy thing is the programming of the crowd. It's the same way Obama was programming his guys back then, when he was saying yes we can, and then all those freaks have repeated after him. Yes we can again, I guess just record it, play it backwards, and it comes out with thank you Satan. And the same is here. As I say, it's the way it's written here is no big deal to decode it. War, as I say, don't agree with my decodings or not, but war is quite obvious. Data, tada, is up to you. One now. But yeah, the programming itself is obvious and fucking crazy. So yeah, after all this, it was quite clear the guy neither did invent the internet, nor he's human. So I gave it a shot with Berners-Lee Reptilian. Didn't yield any results. So I checked up the family of the guy, and these are the family members of him: the father, his brother, his mom. Mark Obzuma, I don't know how this guy fits in, because he doesn't have the same name, because he is Lee, and Lee, so I had no idea how he fits in. And yeah, the only interesting thing to note here is that the dad, Conway, computer scientist, mathematician, computer scientist, who worked as a member, blah blah, and they're all high-ranked, professors and whatever. Next thing is his brother, pretty obvious thing. Mike Berners-Lee is an English researcher and writer on greenhouse gases, so I guess you can straight away guess what his job is. Then just the face, I mean, he looks like, I will not say it out, not to be banned. The mom, nothing special except of that he's also some ultra scientist, and yeah, they're all knights and scientists, as you know. So yeah, the mom when she was younger. This will be important, the nose, later on, so pay attention to that. Yeah, so the next thing is I jump back here, and the next one is this guy, and this is where it gets really interesting. Mark Obzoomer, whatever, and wherever he's zooming in, so that's Mark Obzoomer. And that's the interesting part here. Okay, he married Rosemary Leith, later founding director of blah 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 blah, and this and that, Obzoomer, this that. So remember this, Rosemary Leith. Leith is now married to Tim Berners-Lee, inventor of the World Wide Web. Okay, and this is, as I say, where it gets really, really interesting. This totally freaked me out. So if you go on Rosemary Leith, that's what happens. You know, you basically get straight away to this guy who invented the internet, you know. So yeah, let's click on it, you know, and really it's the guy. Like, have you ever seen this? Wikipedia doing this? Rosemary Leith, his wife, when you click on her on Wikipedia, you get to her husband. And really, this is the nail in the coffin. This is, I mean, this is something completely insane and bizarre going on. And yeah, my research could have stopped there already, but this whole Rosemary Leith thing just freaked me out so much. And this is, I say, to me, this is just like the Matrix cannot lie anymore. The Matrix cannot connect its own lies in a fashion that the lie would be kind of consistent and, you know, believable. This is what this thing is to me. I've never seen this, and it's like a seed, you know. They throw out this one lie as a seed, but then the seed grows to become a tree and throw another million seeds, and they completely lose control of it. So I decided to continue researching, and then I researched Rosemary Leith, which on Wikipedia just comes to the guy again. Guy. Okay. Personal life, blah blah. It's again the guy. So yeah, there we go. Rosemary Leith, founding director of World Wide Web Foundation. So as well, his wife is also another ultra epic scientist, and so on and so on. So yeah, continue researching. Okay, look at this. Note the nose, the ears. Some more pictures of her. Now this is another thing where it gets really interesting. Like, look at the guy. What is this? Is this a smiling, happy mouth? Yeah, the mouth maybe is smiling and happy, but the eyes, I mean, this is nowhere near believable that this is a happy face. She's faking it pretty well. And then she. Look at her. Who is she? You know, how does she look to you? I say, this guy's some sort of reptilian, I have no doubt about this. She looks the same. Some more photos of her. Some more photos of her. Again, her with her husband. That's the mom of the husband, that's her in the background. And this photo's there where it really hit me. I looked at the nose, and the way the nose hole is of her is the way they do draw the nose holes in anime, in the Japanese cartoons. And then it hit me, and I went back and I figured that this is the same nose. You know, this is the same pretty big nose as the mom of the guy has, which then means the guy just married his own sister. And yeah, the other thing is the big ears, you know, you can see it here, big ears. Here was the other picture, big ears. Where was that? Here, big ears. Yeah, big ears. You know, the same type of ears and nose, and this I have no doubt. That's, oh my god. Here's the marriage. The marriage of Sir Tim Berners-Lee and Rosemary Leith. So yeah. So yeah guys, this is basically the important stuff now, the conclusion of all of this. Yeah, it proves the theory that humans didn't invent anything, to me at least, and that they do get this knowledge in those machines and I don't know what from other sources. That's why I say invent. You know, they vented in somehow, but they do not invent it. And whether it's some sort of channeling and they're connected to some source, or they visit another world, or something else comes from another world into this realm and gives them this knowledge and machine or whatever. I don't know how it works. Like, I have this in my mind where all Star Wars guys talk to this hologram, and then this hologram is advising them to do this and to do that. So this is probably one way or the other, you know, somewhere next to this. And most importantly, yeah, is the characterization of yeah, the opposite side, sort of. I mean, these are the guys that yeah, that we're playing against, and I fucking, you know, I don't want to go down against this, you know, like, come on, they just a bunch of liars and actors, and that's that. And this is the other thing of this video and of any other video, to show that those guys have no power over us. They have only the power to trick us into believing we have no power. That's the only power they have. Because just by the numbers, just by whatever, they have no chance. As soon as we see through this and act up on this and just withdraw our consent, withdraw our data, and this and this and this and this and this, they just go down. I mean, look at how they're acting. It's not like they, you know. And yeah, as I say, I don't want to go down against nobodies like those guys. I mean, of course, if it was some whatever, and flying dragons and spitting fire and we cannot do anything because we are little humans, yeah, then okay, I would be scared and whatever. But here, what are you scared of? And this and that, this and that. There's nothing to be scared of. So yeah guys, this is really the main message of this video, that you see through this who those guys are. They're just tricksters, nothing more. They're not warriors, they're not fierceless, whatever. They're a bunch of, you know, and yeah, it proves like we all know already everything. It's always bloodlines, they stay amongst themselves. They, you know, lie, cheat and fake, and that's that. Okay, since there's not much to enjoy here, the only thing is the purpose here really to learn something and see this stuff. And I hope this did for you exactly that. And I will really be glad to see you in the next one. Okay guys, thanks for watching and bye.